All right. So you've heard about Bitcoin, and you've heard about Bitcoin Cash, and you're asking yourself, what's the difference? Let's start with the basics. Bitcoin is an open source software project that was launched with a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Basically, it's a system that mints new digital money and allows you to transfer this digital money from one address to another address without having to rely on a bank or any other intermediary. So instead of using Venmo or PayPal, use the Bitcoin network. And since you're not relying on a third party, you can freely send Bitcoin to anyone, anywhere in the world. And all you need is a wallet address. A series of letters and numbers forming what's effectively an account number. In the early days of Bitcoin, you could send it instantly, pretty much for free, all because of this network of computers that ensured your transaction was sent, stored, and secured. But as the network grew and more people started using it, there's so much traffic that the pathways for those transactions started to get clogged. To fix this, people who worked on the Bitcoin software said all they needed to do was to make a simple change. Picture for me those bumpers people use in bowling alleys to make the lanes narrower. Now imagine the Bitcoin network was installed with those safety bumpers in place to help it along in its early stages, but now that it's no longer needed, all they wanted to do was get rid of those bumpers and make the pathway wider so more transactions could flow. It sounds like a simple solution, right? But no. There's a group of people who decided they didn't want cheap and fast transactions. Instead, they said a clogged network is good. They said a clogged network will allow us to charge higher fees for people who want their transactions to get a higher priority. Not to mention the fact that before the pathways were clogged, we had transactions that were instantaneous because you didn't have to wait for a confirmation, and now you do. Think of confirmations like a toll gate on a bridge. We went from having no toll gates and being able to just drive straight through to having toll gates, forcing us to wait and pay high fees to get through faster. If this sounds stupid to you, you're not alone. Luckily, there were smart people who decided to fork the Bitcoin code and do the original plan of making the pathways wider. This new fork is what's now known today as Bitcoin Cash, while the other chain that continues to have the clogged pathways we call Bitcoin Core. And since Bitcoin is the name of the entire system, both Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core share the right to be called Bitcoin. In fact, they share everything in their history before August 1st of 2017. Imagine one day you wake up and suddenly there were two of you laying in bed. Both of you look the same and share the exact same memories and history. But suddenly one of you is a lot smarter and quicker, and the other one is a lot dumber and slower. Which one of you is the real you? I'd argue both of you are. Except going forward, one version of you is going to be quick, and the other version of you is going to be slow. Which one would you rather be? So do you want to invest in a clogged network that makes it slower and more expensive to send money, or do you want to support the version that has decided to make itself better and faster? If you said the latter, you should definitely look into Bitcoin Cash. It's the one that I use on the daily. Thanks for listening. I'll be at the expo, the Fredericton Tattoo Expo, over the next 4 days, I guess over the next 3 days, giving out 3 Bitcoin Cash in total. So I'll be sure to document as much of that as I possibly can. Stay tuned, because that'll be uploaded on this channel, and I'll try and get the spicy boys to fucking share that shit. Alright. Toodles.
New Brunswick Bitcoin Cash meetup. I'm going to buy a pitcher of beer here at People's Pub with Bitcoin Cash. Ooh, they're so bright. Hold on, where's the QR code here? So 15?
1475.
1475. There it is. Wow, sent and received at the same time.
Sent and received right here.
There you go. There you go. Let's get some beer.